Hello and welcome to a look at Crazy Cars 3 for the Amiga, a game that was released by Titus. The plot of this game, and thankfully it has got a plot. I wouldn't know what to do with myself if I was to cover a game without one. But you have arrived in the US hoping to strike it rich. Your best friend has fallen on hard times and was forced to sell you his Lamborghini Diablo for a fraction of its market value, and buying the car off him, you have a certain amount of cash remaining of your life savings, and you use said cash to join some illegal night street races, hoping to earn a lot of money in the process. I would assume the street races in general would be legal, but yeah, well, it's been set for emphasis. You have 15 different races you can join in 15 different states, and all of the races has a certain entry fee that you have to pay up front to be able to join the race at all. There are several named drivers in the game as well, and the races you join may have one or up to three of the named drivers racing, and before the race there's a bit of a betting thing going on. Depending on your confidence, you can join in on the betting or not, but of course if you don't join in on the betting you won't win any extra money once you win the race. The other drivers' aggressiveness in the betting usually indicate how confident they are that they can beat you, so that is something to be mindful of. Once the betting is done, you join the race and off you go, pedal to the metal, yeehaw, and all that stuff. The races starts out quite gently, and the entry fees as well starts out rather minuscule. And as you progress through the races, the challenge will increase and the entry fees will also increase. And even though you can skip ahead in the different races, I would personally recommend not doing that. You want to race every single race to make sure to earn the cash you can get, because you will quickly find that the cash is something you will be rather strapped for very, very quickly. Did I just repeat myself? If I did, I'm sorry. The game has a shop where you can go in and buy various different upgrades. Police radar, which will warn you against police units being at the side of this road trying to catch you speeding and thereby trying to catch you. You can also buy things like super tires, which will give you extra grip and will give you vital grip on slippery surfaces. Then you can buy an engine upgrade, which will increase your top speed by a certain amount, and then you can buy an upgraded gearbox, manual or automatic. But I'll come back to that specific point a bit later. Then you also have the option to buy a turbo boost, which is incredibly expensive at $50,000 for one use, which is a bit steep. There's also a league rating for the division you are in, because for divisions, so you can likely imagine that you have to progress through the divisions in order to be the richest, greatest, whatever driver of all time. And you need to be at the top of the standing in order to be able to buy passes, because you can buy passes in order to do a race for promotion to the next division, and then the game basically restarts with a tougher opposition and different upgrades available in the shop and that kind of stuff. Let's cover the technical side of things. I'm going to do it a bit quicker than normal because I have a few things I need to say about this game as well afterwards. Graphically, it flirts with good and great at the same time. The cars, specifically the main car, which is supposed to be a Lamborghini Diablo, don't know whether I think that it looks like one, but it's fully acceptable. And then of course you have the opposing cars. You have your run-of-the-mill traffic vehicles, which are displayed by pickup trucks, and then you have a unique type for all rivals, whether they are named rivals or local rivals. You could perhaps have asked for wanted a bit more variety in the cars, but it doesn't detract from the racing, and it works, which is likely the important part. The backgrounds, though, which are seen by the different states you are racing in, are absolutely excellent, and it sets up the theme of a certain state extremely well. Racing in New York, you'll have skyscrapers in the background, and racing in a place like Miami, you'll have a beachy kind of scenery that, for me at least, made me think of Outrun. In that regard, I cannot complain about the graphics at all. The sound effects, the engine sound is a bit whiny. It's not as bad as Lotus SP, but no engine sound is as bad as Lotus SP. But as far as I know, the Lamborghini Diablo's got quite a roaring engine, and that's definitely not the sound you are served. The tire screeching sound can possibly get on your nerves after a while, and you will be hearing it a lot, because unless you do cornerings at the minimum required speed, then your tires will screech. There's only one tune in this game, and it plays whenever you are not racing, and in my opinion, it is a bit of a banger of a tune. I fully enjoy that piece of music, and I will happily let the game just stand doing nothing so I can enjoy the music for a few loops. It's very, very funky, it's very, very thematically appropriate for the style and type of game, and yeah, I think it is quite a nice tune. When it comes to controls, you have two main control options. You can use fire to accelerate or push up to accelerate, and that is relevant for if you are using manual gears. Using fire to accelerate, you push up to shift up and down to shift down. But of course, if you're accelerating by pushing up in the joystick, you will have to push the fire button while accelerating to shift up a gear, and push the fire button while braking to shift down a gear. The side-to-side steering can feel a bit slippery and floaty, but that is in part due to the Super Tires upgrade, because once you buy the Super Tires, you will find that the car's grip is significantly better and feels much more pleasant. The game's difficulty can likely seem a bit steep initially, because it is more challenging than you would think, even at the early stages in the game, but it is not a challenge that you can't overcome. But the upgrade system is a bit of a double-edged sword, because you can actually upgrade yourself into a game over. Sounds perhaps a bit silly. Let's say you have $50,000 and you just spend $40,000 on the nifty little 5-speed automatic gearbox, and the next race costs $16,000 to join, and you can't join the game, and you have just upgraded yourself into a game over. Something to be incredibly mindful of. Certain upgrades are more important than others. I found out the hard way what happens if you drive around in the mine without super tires equipped. It was quite a frustrating but also joyous experience because it pleases me no end that the game actually emulates roughly what would happen if you were trying to do racing on a slippery surface without the appropriate tires. The car is not flying all over the place, but you can definitely tell that it can't get grip and your acceleration is incredibly poor and your steering is out the window. A nifty little detail that I absolutely enjoy. The main benefit of a manual gearbox, if you upgrade into a manual gearbox, is not so much the fact that it's more efficient, but it's the fact that you can cap your top speed. If you have a 5-speed gearbox and you stay in 4th gear, you're not going to get past the speed of the 4th gear. And that can be vital for certain stages because not all stages can be won by just putting your foot down and driving and praying. There's definitely certain technical tracks that require a more cautious approach while still trying to win, which can be a bit of a challenge. I have slammed Titus many times because of their releases. And that is because I'm a gamer. It's not because I got anything personal against Titus. I'm a gamer and I want to play good games. And a lot of Titus releases were absolute abysmal. Look at the first Crazy Cars. A car wreck of a game. The second game in the series, I haven't made a video of it because I'm worried that if I do, I will be banned off YouTube for posting a video of something so incredibly crap. But Crazy Cars 3. If you like racing games and you like the fact that you basically have to win every single race in order to stay in the game, if you like the fact that you can earn money and upgrade your car and drive a beefier version of the car, then you could find far worse games than this particular title. It's not my favorite racing game, but I spent a good few hours after having recorded this footage playing the game a bit more, because it is entirely enjoyable. On that note, thanks for watching, take care, see you next time, bye bye for now.